Hi all, and thanks for watching. This is the 68th video on my Kingdom Come Deliverance playthrough. In this video, I actually want to start a DLC, and that is from the Ashes right here. Now this came up on my map after we actually completed Pribyslavitz by clearing out the bandits, and what it is you're actually rebuilding the community. And from the achievements, there's actually two achievements, one for rebuilding the community and one for making more than 2,000 groschen per day from the community. So this looks like it's both a really good thing to set up in the game because you get a new community, and secondly, it seems like a good money source. So I'd like to actually get into game and start this. So we'll just get started and go from there. Alright, so we do listers as far as the main quest. Now I do have this DLC one, Band of Bastards, but as I said, I want to actually start this other one from the Ashes. So let's have a look here at the map, and the starting point seems to be up here in Talmberg, right there. So it looks like you have to go to the castle and I guess talk to Sir Divish. So we're just going to head out here and start that quest. So let me just open my chest first, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not carrying any excess weight, just so I don't really have to worry about this later. So let's just get rid of a few things here, kind of get our weight down. Okay. Now I shouldn't need all these arrows. I think I'll get rid of a few of the ones here. There's a falcon. We'll get rid of those ones. That looks good. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, so that looks good. Let me just check my player here. Nourishment, 56. Alright, we'll grab some food, seeing as we're at the miller's here. And we'll head out to Talmberg. So let's just wash up a bit. And we'll call our horse here. There we go. Let me just pull up this map here. So off to Talmberg. Is that an obstacle? I'll avoid that. Oh, of course I failed. 85% and I failed. Let's see, what do we have here? Probably somebody in behind this bush.
This won't take long.
Oh, it's just one guy.
Ow.
Oh.
You call that combat? Ah! Is that all you've got?
Stop standing on top of me. There we go. I kind of needed some torches, and I figure usually these guys carry torches. Yep, there we go. I accidentally sold all my torches before, so that should come in handy. And let's again just get rid of this excess weight. So we'll just transfer that to the horse. And as far as his weapon, he had like a pole arm. The only problem I find with those is once you equip those, you can't unequip a pole arm without dropping it. So I'm not going to bother with that. And we'll just continue on our way to Talmberg. So let's head in here and see if we can't find Sir Divish. And
Huh.
so that's the ladies' room. This is his room. Oh, seems to be locked. There he is there, praying.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Can I be of service to you, Sir Divish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribyslavitz.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribyslavitz. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes,
Why Pribyslavitz, of all places?
because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmetic years ago. It's about time that changed.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master locator there. However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out. God be with you.
Okay. So I guess we have to head out and find this locator of his. So let's check. Okay, so it starts off with Lost in the Woods. And we have to find his locator. And it looks like he's up here somewhere in Pribyslavitz. So let's head back down, jump on our horse, and head for there. Now this seems really interesting, considering this quest is actually rebuilding this settlement, and I kind of like some of those builder games, so I'm really interested in seeing how this goes. So I guess we're here to find that locator. Alright, I don't see anyone here. We have a look in the tents quick. No, doesn't seem to be anyone here. Although there's a new pot. See in there? Nope. We'll just have a quick look up here. Oh, there's a few guys up here. 1, 2... So 1, 2, 3 that I can see. Oh, there's a fourth guy. I wonder if they're going to attack me. They are bandits, but it looks like I can actually talk with them.
They say...
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is?
Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you...
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own. So I'd think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
Okay, let me see. So it looks like I can threaten, bribe, no speech. So I'll threaten him.
Let him go, right now. Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh? We'll be on our way then, quietly. That fella's in the tent over there.
Okay, that seemed to work. Food. So he's in a tent here. There's a shield I can grab on the ground. Anything else? I think actually I left something over here. No, nothing there. There we go. Okay, let's have a look in the tents here. What's my nourishment at? 91. Oh, there's a chest. Another shield.
Hey! Psst. Help!
Oh, that must be him. Actually, let me double check. Make sure I haven't missed anything here. Seems to be a chest beside him. Yeah, I'll help you. Just one sec. No, just a lockpick. So let's untie him.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
My name is Marius Bilek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived, and so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me, if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
So I guess we just follow him around here.
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent here. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here. The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though. We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
So I guess I should probably take note of what he's saying here. Not really sure how to build just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. And I probably should set the building types out that he's mentioning.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here.
Now, it would be nice if they came out with a DLC for restoring Skalitz. Skalitz seems like a really huge village that spans across quite a distance. This is a lot smaller area, but having the extra village will be nice.
Main approach road and stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source. Supplies and trade will flow through here. I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
So he's mentioned a bakery, woodcutters, a rat house, the church, and a bakery so far.
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream.
Sounds like a good place for a miller.
Lots of space here. There's a well here already. All the better. A big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn.
So an inn.
That's that then. The most essential surveying is done.
Okay, so talk to the locator.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure on them and they took to their heels.
You were outnumbered and you scared them off?
Ah, they were greenhorns. I think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings in the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
Well, that much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for a building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honour. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rattay bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
So it looks like we have to head back to Rattay. Take the letter to the Rattay bailiff. Actually, let me see how much money I have here. 94k. Alright, so we should be fine. Let's just jump on the horse. And I guess we'll head down to Rattay. Alright, so we gotta talk to the bailiff there. So I guess I'll head to the edge of town. Skip that. Skip that. Geez, a lot of attacks on the road. This is going to be really interesting. I'm kind of excited about doing this. Not only will we have a whole new community, but we'll have shops that I get to set up. So we can actually choose what we're doing here. Now, I guess I have to balance everything for money coming in, money going out. Not really sure how that works, but I'm sure we'll find out here. Oh, it looks pretty late in the day, so we in dark. So let's go up and see if we can't talk to the bailiff. Hopefully he's not left yet. There he is. Excellent.
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
The very same.
So it's true then? Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. Farewell.
Yeah, just close the door in my face. And again.
Bread! Bread! Rolls and pretzels!
People are gathering there.
everything. My home, my family, my livelihood. Be merciful, good people.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
All right. So what now? Talk to Marius. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to head back all the way up to Pribyslavitz, but it is getting late, so maybe I'll just run over to the miller's quick. And we'll just rest for a few hours. Now it is a fair distance, so I guess it's okay if we head out in the night. But this way I can just save it here.
Hey, look out.
Actually, I picked up a few items while we were out, so I might as well get rid of that extra weight too. Oh, I must have thrown it on the horse. Let's see. We'll just grab that stuff off the horse. No, I usually leave the pairs of shoes just in case I come across someone on the road that needs shoes. Okay, not too much stuff. Okay, so let's just rest for a few hours here. And then we'll head back out. So it takes, I think, 3 or 4 hours. So I guess we'll sleep until 3. That puts me at 100 energy. This way too, we'll have it saved should anything happen to me on the road. Okay, that looks good. Now I should grab some food. Alright, nourishment's back up to 93. So we're all set. Now, first things first, I'll just light a torch. That way, if we pass through any communities, I won't end up having a crime pop up because I didn't have a torch on. And let's be on our way again. No attacks this time. Oh, a corpse. Well, we'll avoid that anyways. Where I am. Oh, is this the settlement? Oh, it looks totally different, and there's people here. Yeah, there's the old bridge, there's the church, but everything's different now. They've already taken down all the trees, cleared everything. Wow, that was fast. Considering I just spent one night away. Excellent. This looks really awesome. Oh, fast workers. Okay, so let's go up and talk to Marius and see what happens next. Oh, look at this. There's the foundations. They've taken all the old buildings away. There he is there. So what's next?
Welcome back. What news from Rattay?
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already sought a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Rattay.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. You'll soon get the grasp of it, and it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it. So you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. It reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. How much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Getting kind of greedy. Insist on original wage. I can probably get away with his original wage, but I guess I'll just give him what he wants.
All right. This amount ought to correspond to your work.
It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk, too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
Ah, that's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
Could you explain something to me? What are my duties as bailiff?
As bailiff, you must see to it that the village grows and prospers. You'll have to resolve disputes between citizens and decide what I should have built. The coin for it will come from your own purse. Basically, you'll have to keep the whole locality under control, but you can't just do whatever you like. You're still answerable to Sir Divish, as am I.
Which means...
Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish, and he'll put you in your place. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, and folk have jobs to do, and their wages are paid.
Of course. I'll keep a close eye on things. How do I build houses?
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the upkeep won't ruin you. Everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just come and see me.
Sure. How do the accounts work?
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what they cost to operate. That's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept at the rat house. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there, and you'll find all the profit generated by the village in the trunk next to the ledger.
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operating costs into the trunk.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there for a rainy day then. How do operating costs work?
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material and equipment for tradesmen, and so on.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
Then production will grind to a halt. Watch out for that. Folks soon get grouchy if they're not getting paid. The amount needed each day is recorded in the accounts ledger too. So you should keep enough in the trunk to cover the wages.
And how do I pay the workers?
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take care of it. As long as you provide the coin.
So I could put enough money there for, say, 3 days in advance?
Indeed. Simple enough, isn't it?
All right. Thanks. How can I get new people to come to the village?
Don't worry about that. Folk will gradually turn up of their own accord when there are houses for them. Each building can house a certain number of people. The bigger the house, the more inhabitants. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come here in search of a better livelihood.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones, but if you can get really skilled artisans, it will certainly be a boon for the village income. Although it's not all that easy to get skilled people. You could ask around.
I see. Any suggestions?
You could try asking the 2 Sasau armourers for a start. They're always at each other's throats, so maybe one of them could work here. But don't forget to get a forge and armoury workshop set up for him. Otherwise you'll only be wasting his time.
Right. I'll go and have a word with them later. I must give some thought to who else would come in handy here. Thanks. How can I improve the buildings?
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, something to improve. It goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment if you've no forge to put it in.
Well, I can't argue with that. But why bother with improvements at all?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price, so we'll earn more money.
Nothing, actually. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd rather not build anything just now. So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
All right, I'll get stuck in.
Alright, so I guess I have to put money in that chest before we can get started here. So, and I look at this ledger. Build the trader's house. Okay, I think I'll put... What? I'll put half my money here. I have 94k. So if I put in 47, that should be lots.
Who are you?
Okay. Yeah, I find I don't use my money a lot for really anything, seeing as my gear and stuff is pretty good. And it's just been kind of building here. So let's look at this. Or actually, supplies. Build a trader house. Okay, temporary rat house and laborers camp. Minus 140 and 25. Village income 1200. Okay, so we've got 47,000 groschen put away, a reputation of 100, so we're doing okay. Now we need resources of stone, grain, charcoal, and livestock, or those resources that we have. So I probably should build, I guess, the woodcutters camp. I'm gonna need wood in order to build, and that's a resource. Let's see. Not really sure how this works. Forge, bakery, butcher, stables, guardhouse, trader, woodcutters camp, bridge, okay, bridge and road, and the woodcutters camp. Okay, so I'll have to fix the bridge. So let's see, bridge and road. So what do I do here? Overview. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay, let's go see if we can do that just to kind of get started on the building here. So I put the money in. I looked at the book like he said.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
Buildings on the outskirts. Okay. Paved road and bridge. Or woodcutters camp. Okay, so we need the road and bridge and the woodcutters camp. So I guess we'll start with the road and bridge.
That rickety old footbridge won't do. We need a proper bridge and a firm road.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
Oh, so maybe I need the woodcutters camp first. Okay, so let's try that.
We'll need woodcutters to ensure timber supplies for building.
Let's go to the site. I'll see to the building.
Okay, so let's just follow him here. So I guess we need the resources first before we can actually build the structure. Which makes sense. fair ways away. Now what?
We're going to build here?
Yes. Shall we get started?
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Oh, that looks really cool. And there's the road coming all the way back now. So we've got a woodcutter's camp. Alright, let's see if we can repair the roads and the bridge.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
So the paved road and bridge.
That rickety old footbridge won't do. We need a proper bridge and a firm road.
Good. We've got everything. Come along with me to the site where we'll be building.
Oh, this is really, really neat. Like, I like this. And I mean, the building, it doesn't make you sit there and wait while it builds. It just kind of says a couple days later. I thought the bridge was behind us. Where are you going now? Yeah, the bridge is over there. So I guess we should put an inn over there, and a stable and a bakery over there. We'll need more resources. The bakery will probably need a miller, so the miller probably goes over there. That's a labor camp.
We're going to build here?
Right here. Ready to start?
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Wow, that looks way better than the old wooden one. Oh, that's really cool. Alright, I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to save the game, and then we'll start into the next video and work on rebuilding Pribyslavitz, seeing as the video's probably been close to an hour at this point, and I really shouldn't make it much longer, but this is really nice. And that way I also have a chance to kind of think about what I'll do here as far as rebuilding this. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if there are any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, as always, thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.